Hey guys, it's Sarah's Night, and I'm back with part 3 of Let's Play MegaMan X5. So let's get after the... Oh, it would help if I inserted my memory card. Okay, you're gonna allow me to... The same thing as K. I don't know why I thought that was an option for uploading in some other way. I'm an idiot. Uploading? I didn't even get that right. Technically it's downloading. Okay, so let's go ahead and get Matrix here. So what was the last person? Yeah, 0 was the last one, so let's get X for this. And technically I'm just alternating for kicks. Because I do know at the very least we'll need Matrix's weapon in order to break the wood that's in Izzy Glow's castle and get that extra life container. And this one, I don't know if this was really the hardest level, but there was one kind of frustrating part. I wouldn't say it's near as difficult as, say, a Quick Man stage, you know, where you had the instant death lasers, but there's a part where you have to keep, well, you don't outrun the lava, but you do have to find a hiding place for every single time that after the lava passes by, you have to run on ahead, find a hiding spot where the lava won't really be able to touch you. And wow, that fire hurts. And that's why I'm dead. Here, I'll give you a taste of what Goose Shaver, not Goose Shaver, that's Duff McWhalen's weapon. And again, I can't say that name without feeling like an idiot. But yeah, this is Squid Adler's weapon. It's definitely the best we have so far for X. Okay, yeah, and Alia warns me that a lava flow is coming at fixed intervals below us. And I don't know why this, I always kind of wonder why this particular ordinary looking Maverick right here is so, I mean, it's so strong in terms of how much damage it could take. Because it just looks pretty ordinary, and I think it's the only one in this entire stage. Or no, well, there's one right there, I guess. Okay, so let's get ready to plunge in. And okay, Alia, you really should not. Yeah, see this shadow behind the wall. According to Alia, it's, you know, it's a cooler area where it won't harm Mega Man. And you know the lava's about to come when you start seeing kind of rocks break off on the other side of the screen. And interesting how the lava flow did not destroy that wall before. I actually had to watch it first. Now here we just kind of have to hang off the ceiling. Easy enough. But hey, if Wily ever wanted to kill Mega Man in the original series, all we'd have to do is just put a trap in like this where Mega Man would have to hang off a wall. He wouldn't be able to do it. Okay, and this one's gonna get in my way. Oh, there we go. And it instantly destroyed the grasshopper robots. That's cool. I don't know why it fascinates me so much. I guess it's just that I've seen way bigger Mavericks that take like half as much damage. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of hang off the wall here and take shots at the door. think this lava also harms you automatically. I mean, kills you. And somehow, even though you see X's head, at least his head sticking out of the right armor, for some reason you can go straight into the lava that way. Now I think according to which path you choose, I guess I'll just take the lower one since I can stay in the right armor there. It's great how none of the Mavericks thought to procure this particular piece of armor, which would be on, you know, would be much more hard for MegaMan to... Okay, and of course you can't, you know, simply jump out of the armor in lava. You're gonna instantly get killed, so we just gotta slide here, slide jump. And of course you have to make sure that you don't take so much damage that your armor explodes while you're still in the lava. Wow, that was a dumb idea, SK. You know, for kicks, let's just try taking the high road. And I believe I'll get, what's this weapon called again? Tri-Thunder. I guess I'll get that out because I know there's a lot of bats that attack you here. Oh, and a dragon that destroys everything in its way. But at least it has the courtesy to stand still while I wait for... There's probably a way to destroy it, but if so, I never even bothered to find out, so whatever. And quite frankly, how was I going to get past that? At least without being able to slide in the air. Okay, well, we'll just go below again. I used to have a problem with accidentally pressing up while making a slide jump. Like, my finger would just graze that part of the directional button, and of course, you know, X would jump out and instantly die. Okay, so we're definitely gonna have to go this way. I'm almost too scared to press up. And I just accidentally got out. That guy doesn't even attack me when I get in range. Not very aggressive, is he? Like, seriously, my finger keeps getting dangerously close to the up button. I don't know why it's a problem for me, but it just is. Okay, let's do this. There we go. Oh, and even better. Of course, unfortunately, this isn't parts for the Falcon armor. maybe, I don't remember much about Gaia armor. It was something like, I guess it was kind of like the shadow armor in X6, where you don't have like an assortment. You can't use enemy weapons, but you have like your own particular normal shot and a nice little charge shot that's short range, but it will destroy pretty much anything in its way. And I know that doesn't seem like a good trade-off, but the thing was that, and I'm guessing this is also true for the Gaia armor, the thing was, like, with the shadow armor, it was, it was completely spike-proof, so spike pits were no problem whatsoever. Which, hey, that's nice. And, now, how am I gonna get back over there? And just for kicks, we'll try building we'll give the upper roof another try. Nope. We'll just duck beneath that and okay, so I guess we can simply, yeah, there we go. Uh-oh. Oh, and you actually have to kill this thing. And if it's weak to anything, I have no idea. Hey, at least it's not on a destructible platform that you're standing. Oh, and you can actually shoot the lava out of its way. Out of your way. As he shoots it, that's cool. We'll just finish it off. I'm not like Ix, I don't have to have, I don't have to be standing away looking all cool while... Except, wow. That just put me back at the beginning. I must say, that really wasn't worth it. I thought it was going to take a completely different route, but... And I don't know, I probably forgot to mention this last part, but I actually know how... The thing is, with Falcon armor... Whoops. Wait. I don't remember pressing the up button, okay. Yeah, it's like you barely graze it, and MegaMan just plunges right out. Just hops right out of the armor. That heart container in Ixzion's stage that I couldn't seem to get to even with an air slide. It turns out, I mean, now that I remember it, a nice little feature of the Falcon armor is that you can actually, I think you press a button while in midair and you can actually kind of hover around for a little bit of time. I guess it's kind of like the jetpack in MegaMan 6. It has a limited amount, but, that's how you were able to get that heart container down there. Well, at least they can't knock you off, huh? And we'll just... Oh, no! Oh, no! Wow. Oh, that sucks. Actually, if I had let it try Thunder fly, I probably would have gotten him without being knocked off. Just don't hit the up button. That guy just sat there and took it. Oh, wow. Yeah. That's kind of a lot of fail. Okay, well, I would definitely say this is the hardest stage. I just don't feel safe jumping out at that level. I don't know why. Well, I can always go over here, I guess. And when I try to press the up button, I just can't seem to bring myself to do it. These bats just don't stop coming, do they? There we go. It kind of goes up in front of X. No! Oh, wow, I can't believe I did that. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I know you must be tired of seeing this part by now. And here I was making fun of X for every time he failed at X4. I think I've already died more times than he did in the whole entire game. I promise you though, I am actually much better at X4. And I'm thinking about uploading that just for kicks. I have like I have a VHS recording of a playthrough of X4, so I can at least prove that I'm at least good at that game. But again, I just consider it a lot easier than X5 or X6. And I could swear I pressed X that time. And I couldn't even grab onto the railing. Whew. try to get her right this time. Because this is like, what, the 10th attempt? Oh boy. I just, as far as I know, I just gotta take it. At last. I think I may very well already. No. I wonder if he does have a. If I already have a weakness weapon for Matrix. Was it Thunder? We'll find out. Actually, come to think, no. I think the only weakness weapon I have right now that will work on any of the next 4 Mavericks is on Dark Dizzy. Yes, that's actually his name. It's like X is doing a police investigation here. Citizen's arrest? X is like, what's your deal, man? I would say, well, especially since I don't have the weakness weapon, Matrix is definitely the hardest so far. Oh, he jumped to intercept me. Clever. He's got such a fast jump too, it's just not really easy to avoid. And I forgot that his fire actually kind of... Yeah, I don't think I'm going to win this one. His huge fireballs kind of shoot out smaller flames that remain for a while, and I got hit by that. I also noticed it helps if I actually had heart containers, but I don't think I found any yet, have I? Again, you can see it says level 15. What does that mean? Wait a minute, what's this? Well, Goose Shaver seems to do a little bit. At least to where I don't have to charge, that's cool. I don't know, it's weird. I played this game and X6 almost as many times as X4, but I die a lot more often in 5 and 6. It's like I just never really got good at it somehow. Nope. Well, I thought he'd go lower to the ground so I'd be able to jump over it, but he kind of homed in on that. Well, you know, I was able to fill this back up fast enough, so I don't think it'd be a big deal to use it. He'll watch me lose anyway. That would be sad. Oh! Man, I don't know, for some reason I seriously could not seem to let go of my buster can. That's why I didn't fight, that's why I didn't hit him for so long. I almost died again. And let's face it, that would have been easier with Zero. With his normal armor, X just isn't as good. Well, arm parts for the guy armor and quick charge. I think that's something I can actually equip, and of course that would, I mean, it's definitely a useful ability. So let's do it. Oh, cutscene, such as it is. So I simply surmise that, you know, from that statement, somehow, I guess the fact that Zero, at least according to that cutscene in X4, Zero's like the original Maverick or something. I guess technically this virus was created by Dr. Wily, and, you know, as they fought, it just so happened to transfer over to Sigma and make him the ultimate villain. It's almost like somehow just circumstance managed to make it so that Zero, you know, became one of the good guys, and Sigma, who was once a Maverick hunter. But at the same time, I guess in that case it would make sense, even if Zero is affected by Sigma's virus, it would actually only make him stronger, since I guess he's like the original possessor of it. So this Lifesaver dude, whose face we never even got to see, and in fact I don't think he appears anymore after this game. I know he appears at least one more time in a particular circumstance, but yeah, he's saying, well, let's contain Zero then, and you know, naturally Sigma's is like, well, you know, then that would just leave X as really the only one who can stand up to Sigma. What's the point? So do I get to equip this? There we go. Oh, no wonder I couldn't have, I tried to press X when I was on Zero, and of course it doesn't, you know, it doesn't work for him. He doesn't have like a charge. Not even on that craptastic Z-Buster. So before we move on to the next stage, let's take care of the item we can get with Matrix's, excuse me, Matrix's weapon over here. And before the next video, I'll figure out how to get that last part of the Falcon armor that's still in Duff McWhalen's stage. That name. That has got to be the goofiest name. Or, I don't know, maybe Dark Dizzy is. It's kind of a coin toss between them. Okay, here it is, right here. Wow. And that's a load of fail, SK. Zero's weapon from Matrix attacks downward. It's the same type of weapon that Jet Stingray has for Zero and MegaMan X4. Okay, but let's get X. I think he has it's like a rising fire thing going on him. Oh, wasted time. No, because I was failing so much at Matrix's stage, I'm late for a Google Hangout with Lantis. We were planning on starting on Final Fantasy Adventure today. You're probably wondering where I'm at, but I'll just be like, well, failed at X5, you know, during my LP. And that hammerhead was in the way so that I couldn't... Okay. Now that they're all clear. Oh, there we go. The fire, it's not a rising attack, but it can shoot flames out in different directions, and that breaks the wood. Although, honestly, was it even necessary to get that? It certainly wasn't. I mean, it wasn't like a hassle or anything, but... Ooh, speed shot. Cool. I guess I got it from... I don't think it was from creating a part. I think it was from rescuing that particular Maverick Hunter just now. Zero have quick shot for a saber. Yeah, I mean not for a saber, but for a Z-Buster. Not that it's good. And that always helps. For X. I kind of like this guy. I guess it's an okay name. He looks pretty cool, I guess. But yeah, it turns out for this particular Maverick, he's actually part of the Reploid Air Force or something like that, or the Air Force division of the Rebel Force. I don't know. So, oh yeah, and I went to this stage to die where I could save at the end of the last episode, so that's why Aylia's not talking to me here. She's already explained to Zero what the bombs are about. So you gotta defeat them in time or else Zero's gonna take a huge amount of damage. I like how the Maverick Hunters give you energy if you rescue them a lot of times. Or I think probably all the time. And that little wuss with the grenades just killed me. They're like the wussiest members of the Rebel Force in my opinion. And wow, I can't believe I totally ignored that bomb. The thing is though, if you happen to take damage at the same time from another enemy while the bomb's going off, you actually don't take damage from the bomb at all. And we'll just do this. I can't believe I didn't employ that the first time right here. The Giga attack here is pretty useful, it's just so limited. But I mean, I can see why. Anyway, as I was saying, there's a particular story here with this Maverick. And if you face him as Zero, I don't know if he asked the same question for X, but if you face him as Zero, he asks you, yeah, about the Colonel, I really looked up to him and admired him, so I just gotta know, was it really necessary for you two to fight in the last game? Zero's like, well, he wouldn't, he wouldn't just give up his intentions to, rebel against the humans. So, what do you want me to do? Of course, it did all turn out to be a big misunderstanding, but I guess in my opinion it would have been hard to work it out. I think Zero and X can both get an ability where they can actually, or maybe it's just Zero. I got a duck for this right here. They can get this special ability where at least for Zero, he can cut Sigma viruses with his saber. But again, I don't know if there's actual repercussions to that. Oh, and you can't simply shimmy up the walls here. Okay, so we'll just rescue this Maverick. And that one. It's Maverick Hunter, sorry. We'll try to get up here as soon as we... Well, that didn't work. Car container. I think that's the first one I've gotten all game. Which I'll definitely have to go back for them if I want to even have any hope of defeating Sigma. He's a lot. I'd say this is probably in this game, this is probably the second hardest form he's ever had. X1 would be the first. And it's probably his easiest form in X4 or X6. So yeah, here's Goat Head Man. I guess like the Skyver, it's just a combined name for Sky and Diver. They're like, well, I'm not accusing you. I just want to know what's the deal. And I don't think he even gave Zero a chance to answer. But the Skyver knows he's been infected, so he doesn't dislike Zero or anything. But he's like, I might as well try to avenge the Colonel. I mean, at first, the Skyver isn't too bad. He just kind of goes back and forth. But the thing is, if he touches you head on, when when he's diving at you, well, he knocks you back like that, and of course he can easily knock you out of, off of the plane. And I didn't realize that he's fairly weak to. Uh-oh, here we go. And as you can see, it does quite a bit of damage. I like him. He's a pretty cool Maverick. It's like he's not even really that fast, but somehow he's still kind of a challenge. I guess because it's just so easy to. Uh-oh, we do not want to do that. And I just end up diving right into him. And he really gets you on timing here. Again, not actually that fast, but he'll come at any angle and sometimes, tricks you with the timing of when he'll attack. It's amazing. I can defeat the Colonel and General, both major bosses in the X4 game, but any of these Mavericks here I couldn't possibly hope to do without taking damage. Sometimes not even without dying. Okay, I know he's... Yep. Oh, I thought I could get him there. Oh, wow, he just uppercutted me off the plane. He's pretty awesome. You have my approval, sir. I don't know what weapon he gives to Zero, though. In fact, I don't even remember what weapon he gives to X. Ow. And here he goes. Certainly never a dull battle in MegaMan X. Okay, before we end this episode, I believe that Dynamo comes back in a more powerful, or according to him, he gets more serious this time. So we'll go ahead and get that out of the way. I'm not sure what she means by it won't be safe anymore. I mean, Zero's practically... as much as him and X have been around in infected areas already, I would say they're darn near vulnerable to it. Sorry, something was catching in my throat as I said that. That's why it sounded funny. Okay. And since... just for kicks... 2 hours to collision? Really? That sucks. Well, when did I lose so much time? I could swear I had 8 hours left before I started this LP, and I've only been to 3 different stages, so what's the deal with that? I should only be at 5 at most. Well, I guess inevitably we'll get the ending that I don't want. I might end up running out of time. Everybody's always too hot when they fight, but not me. And Dynamo's just like, I'm just cool about everything I do. I totally don't give a crap. Ho! Pretty powerful attack, I must say. I really don't know how to avoid that particular one. The first one that comes up, since it fills up the whole screen. I never seem to jump in the right spot during that one. Well, I managed to avoid it that time. Oh, and he's invulnerable to the electricity attack. And that one. Interesting. Completely immune to the elements. You know, if you tell Zero that and he's standing right next to you, couldn't Zero just simply, you know, decapitate you right quick before you're able to teleport out? I mean, if you're low on health, I assume all it takes is just a couple more swipes and you're gone. Okay guys, well, that's enough for this episode, and it looks like if I want to keep from, you know, the bad scenario from happening, where the space colony does crash into the Earth and there's barely a soul left alive, well, I'm definitely going to, at the very least, have to take on the next 2 Mavericks without going after any side items or anything, because that's it. There's just 2 hours. And even then, I'm not sure I'll make it. So we'll see in the next episode. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.